dilemma right now is for the investors, really, in my opinion. So we're looking and evaluating three properties. They're all great homes, single family homes, in several neighborhoods, desirable neighborhoods. Two of them are in the South Shore, one of them is in Mid Island around the mall. So, anyway, the dilemma is this: we can get them at a great price, plus renovations, looks good, great resale value. Then you would say, what's the problem? Well, here's what's the problem. Where is the market going? Now, for an investor, let's say we put a deal together today, it's probably going to close in about 30 days, 45 days max. You got about, depending on the rental, you got about 2 to 3 months if you're lucky. That means like if you have your own crew. But many investors don't have their own. Many people who are doing flips are kind of like do one at a time and hire a contractor and a GC and all that stuff. And the holding of the property now probably is going to be 3 to 4 months from closing to completion, and then another 3 to 4 months probably to get a buyer. The market is flat, and actually the market has given us indication that it's going south. So by the time you all done, oh, not to mention you have taxes to pay, insurance to pay, upkeeps, the winter's coming, heating, water, electric, the gist. By the time you're able to flip this property, who knows? You're in it for about 8 to 10 months. So what's happening with these things right now is people are saying, hey, I don't know. Now this is the dilemma. What are we going to do? The sellers want top dollars. The investors wants to buy as cheap as possible. And sellers with properties that are in need of repair, that are really looking to sell, need to start thinking and understanding the numbers. Now, an investor's closing costs within a short period of time are huge. It's buying costs, closing costs, selling closing costs, and not to mention that in the end of the day, who's taking all the risk? The investor's taking all the risk because of where the market's going. Obviously, when the market's going up, the risk is minimal. But when the market's going south, like it's going south now, nobody can predict what's going to happen in 6 months, in 3 months, and especially in 8 months. So I'm not saying that anybody should give their house away, because nobody's expecting you to do that. But when you want to sell to an investor because you want to get out of your property quickly, you want a cash deal, you don't want to deal with waiting for a client with a mortgage. Plus, not everybody wants to buy a property that needs renovations. So let's just understand both sides of the equation, and let's try to make it work where it works for everyone. If you want real talk, come find me.